Hello and welcome back to another episode of LP Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play full nobles plus goblin plus dark goblin. Now this comp is really nice because it's not as contested as full undead, which is of course the number one comp in the game. And I would argue in fact it does counter full undead because the prince will knock the giant skeleton back and the golden knight will get a lot of value against the full undead's backline. So anyways, we're going to start off with this, and Dark Goblin has less HP, so let's go ahead and put all our troops to target that first. It looks like our opponent does start off with goblins, which isn't the greatest, but we can live with that. I think this Goblin Queen might be a bot because they only have one troop on the field, and that's a very bot-like thing to do. Yeah, and they're crying after a loss, that's definitely a bot, but the other three I feel like are actual people. Anyways, for next round, let's go ahead and grab the Dark Goblin. We're going to 2-star the Dark Goblin. I'm just going to cycle that around. Grab the Wizard. I'll sell the Wizard just to grab this. Cool, so things are already shaping up to be pretty good. We have 3 of the 6 cards in our comp already. The Empress has a 2-star Musketeer, which isn't great. But I think we can still turn it around, even though we're down a couple HP. Yeah, that Goblin Queen is definitely a bot. Okay, so now we have the Prince. So let's go ahead and put that in, and we have another Musketeer. I don't really like... With Empress, you should always be cycling, so let's go ahead and sell this. Okay, what? I'll sell the Prince, just so I can cycle around. So don't be afraid to sell your 2 stars early on, just to cycle. It looks like this king is also trying to run for a comp. I guess he knows the new meta strat is not full undead. I'm just kidding, obviously. At this point, were I playing optimally, I would run for full undead here because it doesn't seem like anyone is contesting it. However, because this is very specifically a comp video, I'm going to force this comp. And I'm going to bench both of my goblins because I really do want those 3 stars. And now we have this. And so now the only card we're missing here is the Prince, which we do get, which is really nice. I'm good to end this here. What we do want to do though is make sure that our nobles are next to each other so that they all get those buffs. Unfortunately, our Golden Knight doesn't go for the Dark Goblin as I wanted, and it just dies with getting 0 values, so it's not good for us at all. Quite obviously this Empress player is going to be our biggest concern, so let's go ahead and start blocking some of their cards. It looks like they're going for something full superstar, and I block one of the P.E.K.K.A.s. And unfortunately we get the one goblin we don't need, but we do manage to 3-star that, super good. And let's go ahead and put our Prince in. Don't need this. Let's check what they're going for. They're going for full superstar. Okay. We get the Dark Goblins, which is also really good. As you can see, I'm not too concerned with positioning. And his troops just die. And he's going for Monk, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and block that Monk. And he's dead, so let's go ahead and see if we can find those skeleton dragons and everything. I'm going to have to sell that, and I want to sell the P.E.K.K.A. just so I can... Okay, Golden Knight's really good, Prince is really good. Nice, we get the Knight, we block the Monk, we block the P.E.K.K.A. What else is he going for? Archer Queens, if I can find some of those. I think he's going for Valkyrie. No, he's not. But this should be pretty good. Okay, so the Prince should hit the Goblin Machine. And our Golden Knight's going to get a lot of value because it's going to get the dashes off. So that's super important. If you can get dashes off with Golden Knight, it's really, really strong. And our comp is completely maxed, so all we have to do is focus on blocking his cards. Which is he going to... Okay. I can find a Royal Giant, I'll go block some of those too. Though it doesn't seem like I can find these cards. So maybe they were deleted out of the game, which is an occasional bug. Yeah, I just can't find the cards that he's holding. Okay, so that was a mistake. I should have put the Golden Knight next to my other troops so it got the buff, but I didn't because I wanted it to hit the Archer Queen. However, I think we still do win because the Archer Queen's a lot weaker and the Golden Knight got a dash off. And yeah, pretty easy win there for our first round. So don't sleep on Assassins, that's all I'm saying. Even though it's the new season and Bandit and Royal Ghost were removed, Assassins are still really, really good. Nice battle healers, and let's go ahead and grab some of those, and let's move on to our next battle. Yeah, so that was a pretty chill game there. I couldn't find the troops to block in the end, but I don't think he was able to find those troops either. But yeah, nice win there, and let's move on to our next match. One Punch is actually pretty good for both full undead and full noble because your assassins, especially the Golden Knight, it's going to one-tap stuff. And then once it starts one-tapping, it's just going to go bam, 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 bam. Grab everything. Hopefully my wizard does a one-tap splash onto both of his units. That's very poor positioning on his part because of exactly that. I think he still wins because Muskie's just very strong. And of course he had the marksman comp. Or the marksman synergy, rather. Let's go ahead and sell that. Giant, baby dragon. Unfortunately, no more merges, so definitely not the start we were looking for. But definitely still possible to come back. He's holding a muskie, and then he has goblins, but other than that, no one is contesting. Let's go ahead and use the fire synergy. And do that, so that way the knight walks out in front. I'm hoping I can kill at least a prince. Nice. And luckily for us, his Echo Sage gets no value, and that's really important. Let's go ahead and grab the barb, and we're going to start cycling. Knight. We're going to keep that knight, actually. We're going to sell this. We're going to grab the prince. I don't think I should have grabbed the golden knight anyway. Goblin. We're going to sell the knight, because at this point we really do need goblins. Nice, and we have goblins. There you go, we have Marksman and we have Prince, which is... This dude's probably a bot or he's trying to lose. I don't agree with only putting 2 troops on the field. I'm going to sell the Valkyrie just to cycle a bit, and we'll hold it and see if we get a Dark Goblin or not. If we do, I'm not entirely sure if I should just buy that. Okay, we'll be buying the Dark Goblin, we'll get the archers, just buy cheap. Sell, we get a knight back, we get our golden knight. I will have to sell this just so I can cycle around. Hopefully we can find... Yep, we do manage to find another Dart Goblin. We're going to buy the Witch, sell the Witch. Okay, cool. I think we're pretty much done here. And all the nobles are at the front, so they all get the noble buff. And of course we have assassins, and if you notice, I one-tapped the Echo Sage, so the Echo gets no value. Unfortunately, this opponent is still alive, and... It looks like one person is trying to run the whole fire plus dragon synergy, so hopefully we can counter them and show what it's like. Yeah, we do manage to face them this round. Let's see. I will have to sell the 2-star, the Golden Knight, and I'm missing the Musketeer. Nice, we managed to 3-star that. I want to sell this, grab the Musketeer. Cool, let's go ahead and... They're 3-star and stuff, so I want to block their units. Again, this is something I have to get used to. The Golden Knight doesn't get the buff. However, the Golden Knight gets a hit off, and then it just starts dashing, and I just get infinite value. And he is just gone. So this comp is just super, super good, and we managed to kill the other Empress in the lobby, which means this is a free win. I'll go ahead and cycle around some more. Nice, we managed to get a Musketeer. We don't need that card, let's go ahead and grab the Knight. We don't need the Witch. And because there's no Empress in the lobby, I'm not too worried about trying to block cards, simply because they don't have the Elixir to go for the cards that they need. Okay, cool, so we managed to 3-star the Prince there. Is he blocking a Knight? No, he's not blocking a Knight. He is blocking the Musketeers though, so we're not going to be able to 3-star those. I'm not going to screw up like last time. I'm going to put my cards like this. So the Golden Knight's going to one tap and then it gets a nice dash off, and this should be a very easy one. So if you are struggling against full undead, literally run nobles plus goblins. It's super strong. And people might be sleeping on assassins, but it's still a good trait to have. Definitely, I wouldn't say as meta as full undead, but it's still very strong already. Let's go ahead and grab another chest and we'll get on into our next match. Let's go. So importantly, make sure your nobles are next to each other, otherwise you won't get good value. So this is merge bonus. Let's see if we can get a 4-star Golden Knight actually. Also, my commenting in this game will probably be a bit less than usual, simply because this game mode is extremely sweaty. And actually, I think I'll still run assassins, but I might switch up to other cards, simply because merge bonus in particular favors monks and witches very highly over other cards. Of course, Golden Knight's good too, just the name of the game is of course 4 stars. Alright, so we're going to put that in for now. Okay, so this should be good enough for now. Let's go ahead and grab the baby dragon, and we're just going to sell this. We're going to keep the Golden Knight on the board, because obviously we do want the 3-star. And next round we'll be able to 3-star a Golden Knight, so that's super good. One of these is a Golden Knight, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and sell this, and we're going to go ahead and grab goblins, and now we have both synergies. Okay, okay, so now we have a 3-star musk. Let's go ahead and chuck our musketeer in, and then instead we're going to do something like this. Yeah, so I'm going to jump directly into the backline and start wrecking all those troops. Let's go ahead and grab a monk, because monk is super useful. Nice. So if I can find one more baby dragon, I 4-star. Nice. So obviously it's very useful to just not grab the orbs. I'm looking for the baby dragon though. Nice. We get the 3-star knight. Nice, and we get the 3-star monk. We're going to sell that. And we're going to put the monk in for the other thing. Cool. So this is shaping up to be a very good match already. I think I will need to sell the 2-star baby dragon again. So one of the key tricks in this modifier is to use your orbs as bench space. So we managed to grab assassins again. And let's just go ahead and chuck a knight. There's probably a lot of these things we don't even need. And at a certain point, like, it becomes unclear what's what, so just go ahead and start grabbing stuff. I do need the monk. I don't really care for a 4-star. I literally cannot grab that orb. Yeah, I literally can't grab it. Oh well. If I find one more baby dragon, I can get a nice 4-star for it. And if you notice, I'm not even paying too much attention to what my opponent has, just... The name of this game is just cycle, cycle, cycle. Cool, so now we managed to 4-star our normal stat goblin. Is he blocking monks? No, he's not blocking monks. Go ahead and grab that. We don't need that. I still cannot grab that orb. Okay. And I think that's a baby dragon too, which is kind of annoying. If I put this in... something like this, so that my nobles are right next to each other. I'd be very surprised if he was blocking monks here, but it looks like he is. But anyways, this comp is just really, really strong. Even in merge bonus, just... The key part here are the assassins. I didn't actually go for full nobles, I just went for assassins. and yeah, the Golden Knight just gets a ton of value, it stays alive, and we completely wreck him. So GG's, well played, and yeah, Assassins are still very strong, and they can beat pretty much any comp when you have the levels, so cool. We grab our chest here, and yeah, I'll keep this video a little bit shorter. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and anything else you want to see, leave it in the comments, and I will catch you in the next video.